talk about how territorial claims can, you know, intensify wars. And I think this is what we are facing now, is that not only Russia, comes up with territorial claims, but also, well, sadly, Hungary is joining in this type of thing, but in a different way, because sadly, there is, you know, propaganda used against our neighbors, which is a horrible thing. If you use propaganda against your neighbors, that's a terrible thing. It's dangerous because, wars erupt because, people don't respect the boundaries. When the boundaries are not respected, there is danger of, wars. And I don't want wars. There's already a war going on in Ukraine, and we should work on stopping that war. But it has to be a just peace that, is fair, towards the locals. Because if it is not fair towards the locals, then it's not a real peace agreement. I think Ukrainians have faced a lot of vilification already. They are hated by Russians, and sadly in Hungary there's a growing number of people who are against Ukrainians, and I don't find that anything good. I mean, this is bad. If there's a propaganda against our neighbors, this is horrible. And I'm sad that Hungary is joining in what Russia is doing. Russia has been doing this for longer, but sadly, and there's a horrible case now I want to mention. Sadly, a person has died. A Hungarian Ukrainian man has died, but I mean, who or what caused his death? I mean, to immediately claim that he was beaten to death is, without investigation and stuff, is dangerous. It already just incites hatred, and I think we should work on, stopping this hatred. There's already enough hatred and propaganda in the world. So I'm sad that Hungary is not stopping that, but is increasing this type of, propaganda. So yes, sadly a man has died, and I don't know what to say, it's tragic. But this case shouldn't be used to spread hatred against Ukrainians either. I don't think it should be. There's already a war in Ukraine, so and the danger is, if there is territorial claim, well, I'm not joining in that. I don't want territories. I want peace. I want justice, and not territory. I mean, right, these days it's very hot in Turkey and in other places across Europe. And what value is, any territory if there's blazing sun, no rain for months, What's the point of getting territory, you know? I'm just saying, if Hungary or Russia gained more territories, what what would they gain? Nothing, nothing. Because a land without rain and without abundance and, peace in that land, worth nothing. In my opinion, this is the case. So sadly, Hungary is joining Russia in terms of the hatred towards Ukrainians. And I think this is shameful, and I don't know how to stop that. The thing is, the worst thing is, we cannot say anything about this. Because if you say anything about this, you are going to be labeled like, you are this or that. And first of all, I want peace. And I'm not a traitor by saying this, in my opinion. And sadly, there's propaganda which every single day it's against Ukrainians. They are this, they are that. And first of all, I have been to Ukraine once and nobody was beating me up, even though I was using basic Russian. Imagine that. How how I feel when I read the news and the accompanying comments full of hatred, and I just feel like, oh my god, where are we now? It's getting worse and worse. What do you want from Ukraine? More territories? Russia already wants territories, but Hungary wants to join it. you know Are you sure? Are you sure you want that? What will you gain? I mean, I don't want bad relations between countries. I don't want, bad relations between countries. So we should work on peace, towards peace, but not this way that you spread hatred using a case that, a man has died, which is tragic. But don't use that to spread hatred. I mean, that's even worse because you're not going to improve anything. And this is sad about politics. So yeah, I'm disappointed in Hungarian politics and what it is doing. This is not favoring the people of any side, neither Hungarians nor Ukrainians nor anybody else. So stop this. And yeah, may the poor person who has died, I don't know for what clear reason, may he rest in peace. But don't use this case to like, yeah, they are killers, Ukrainians are this and that. So yeah, I mean, seriously. So this war is not going to stop if you have such, words towards. I mean, how do you expect that they like you if you tell bad words about them in the first place? How do you expect them to like you? Then they are going to have a negative feeling about you. And this is not going to lead to anything. Sadly, there's nothing I can do about it because I would be labeled, bad, all kinds of negative connotations, So I'm just tired of the situation and the hatred. And it's a stupidity that people are using territorial claims. They want to go back to the past. Why do you want to go back to the past? So yeah, Russia wants, Russian Empire again. Hungary wants perhaps the old Hungarian kingdom. So for what? Don't we have enough problems already? Don't we have, crisis already? Not only economic, but also the environment. I mean, there's no rain for ages. It's horrible, The land is so dry. It hasn't been raining for ages. So isn't that a bigger problem than hating your neighbor? I mean, seriously. Can you just think for once and stop the hatred just because, you want territory from Ukraine? Stop that. I don't want territory from Ukraine. I really don't. Um, and I'm from Hungary, unfortunately. Ja z uhoszczyny, ale I just feel disappointed. Yeah, so I'm sad, for the man who has died for whatever reason he died, But I don't want to use his case to hate, Ukrainians or anybody else, Um, how to stop this? This war is not going to stop. If there's such speech going on every single day, how do you expect that the two sides are going to sit down and talk? If you don't even respect, the Ukrainian president, how do you expect him to sit down at a table and sign a peace agreement? I mean, and also the key is here, okay? Because he is Jewish, that's why the hatred. And don't tell me Russia is not helped by Iran and all that, and North Korea. Well, they are helping Russia for, they are against, Jewish people in general. And I'm, as a non-Jew, saying this to you. I'm not Jewish. But, I'm not disrespectful, So I'm just saying, stop the hatred. And the real reason behind this war is stupid, hatred. It's anti-Semitic hatred. Because Ukraine has a Jewish president, and Russia cannot take it. One more time, I think the underlying fact for this war is that Ukraine has a Jewish president, and Russia cannot take it. It's horrible that, this is the case. Many innocent people have died on both sides because of stupid anti-Semitic hatred. I mean, what justice can you say to, the victims' families on the Ukrainian side and also on the Russian side? Hey, your relative was, killed because, because of anti-Semitic hatred, because you couldn't tolerate your neighbor. You had hatred for the Jews, and you want territory from Ukraine. How pathetic. Russia already has a huge land. Why do you want more territories? And using the past for hatred, I mean, basically you are killing people for gaining territory. Because Ukraine had gained independence in 1991, but you don't respect international laws, and by force, you are taking land from Ukraine. This is against international law. But no, the hateful propaganda, goes on. No. They are the evil ones. Your territorial claims. You are using hate propaganda for the territorial ambitions you have. And this is disgusting. Killing people for the sake of territory, that's disgusting. There's no way to put it, just describing it as it is. And I don't know what to say. I mean, this is very disappointing. Stop. A land is nothing when it is not blessed. When, nature wreaks havoc. When it's not blessed, even if you gain more land, it means nothing. So that's my point, of this live video. I know that you are going to hate on me for saying this, but I don't care. I have already received enough hatred. But I just want to state it that I think this war has been going on because of these things. And this is so disappointing. It's horrible. So I can't stop this war, but justice shall prevail in the end. It cannot go on like this. The hateful side, cannot win. It would be terrible. And the majority, just because the majority has hatred, it shall not mean that they win. Just because more people say a certain thing, it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it, yeah, this is the truth. Just because more people say one thing, it doesn't mean it's true. It just means that there is a force, that the majority is using the power of, the crowds to enforce something on the minorities, and that's against international law. So yeah, that was it for this live video. I'm sorry if it was disappointing for you to listen, but yeah, these were my thoughts. So yeah, I'm sure the people who hate me from Russia and other places, they are going to watch this and go on about hatred against me and, Ukrainians and everybody else they hate. So anyway, thanks for watching and beware of what's going on around and the territorial claims. These are dangerous things. Bye.